Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day, where we continue with our recitation from Bavan Akhari, composition of the 5th Nanak Guru Arjan. And the recitation today is the 32nd Pauri. And the recitation, Slok Tan Man Dhan Arapau Sai Prabhu Milave Mohe Nanak Param Pau Katiya Chuke Jam Ki Jo Pauri Tatta Tansyo Preet Kar Gunanid Gobind Rai Phal Pave Man Bachate Tapat Tuhari Jai Tras Mite Jam Panth Ki जास बसे मन नाओ गत पावे मत होए प्रगास महली पावे ठाओ ताहू संग न धन चलै ग्रह जोबन नह राज सत संग सिमरत रहो यह तुहारै काज ताता कछु न होई है जो ताप निवारे आप प्रतिपालै नानक हमें आपे माई बाप. So if you wish to free yourself from fear and delusion and overcome the tyranny that time exerts over us, the anxiety of time running out, then, says Nanak, surrender yourself to that master who can enlighten you with the wisdom of the self, because you're going to need that wisdom in order to see through your delusion and your fears. Tan Man Dhan Arapau Sai, offer yourself up. Prabhu Milave Mo, to that one who will help me unite with my Prabh self, the wisdom within me. And this is a reference to the Guru. And that is the way to overcome the delusion of the mind. And the letter of the alphabet is Tatta. So Tata Tansyo Preet Kar Tansyo. With that, Preet Kar, be in love, cultivate devotional love. Who? Gunanid Gobind Rai. So cultivate devotional love for Gobind Rai, who is the self, who is the master of the universe, that is what Gobind means, and who is the treasure trove of all qualities, Gunanid. When you do that, you will find that your passions will die down. In other words, you will not be living at this feverish pitch. Because when you do, you actually cannot see very clearly at that pace. And that is when you fall into error and go astray. So if you practice devotional love, and devotional love is referring to bhakti in Sikhi, and it has its own unique practice which involves simran, it involves cultivating virtue, it involves kirtan. So these are some of the practices, inner practices, the idea being to transform one's own psychic awareness. So the heat of your passions will die down with that. As I said, we operate at passion pitch, if you know what I mean. So cultivating the wisdom of the self, jas base man now. Now here referring to wisdom as expressed in qualities. So the idea, we all wish to live a life that is where the experience is of the best quality, if I were to put it that way. What that means is your enjoyment of experience should be as deep as it is broad. And so therefore, you need the wisdom and the knowledge to enjoy that experience in that way. You need an enlightened intellect to guide the mind. And so these qualities are said to be of the self. And the self resides within one's being, one's body, in fact, as the essence and as the core and as the potential that we could actually develop. So developing our capacities is really what this is about. When you do that, when you're on this path, not only do your passions cool off so that you can see clearly, so you can set goals that will bear fruit, but the anxiety of death will trouble you no more. So that fear that we all have, because the knowledge and the wisdom that you will get from the self will indeed show you the true nature of reality. And when you apprehend reality in its true, authentic nature, you will not fear death, because you will see death for what it is. Now, on this path and to this space, one has to travel in the mind. Tahu sangana tan challe, your wealth, your family, your youth, your good looks don't matter. The mind has to take this journey. And your only task, iha tohare kaj, is to learn from the Sant, the enlightener, the Guru, on how to remain steadfast in awareness of the self, self-awareness. In other words, how do you perceive the world at all times through the lens of the self, of the Guru? That is the discipline and the practice of Sikhi, is to get to that point where your compass, your guide is the self, is Gurmat. And it is this Gurmat that will guide you. And when it does, no ill wind will come your way. Tati vavna lag gayi. And declares Nanak, the self is by nature protective, because it is our mother and it is our father. The Creator is indeed all of the relationships that we are aware of is a reflection of the Creator. On that note, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.